SGC here, and we're back for Comics Time. First up, Copperhead number 10. As usual, great story, great art, great pacing. Love the characters. The grittiness here is just great. The action. It was a pretty deep episode this time with the whole gangsters and just what have you. And that twist at the end. Can't wait for the next issue. I mean, Copperhead, decent, great stuff. Read it if you haven't, seriously. Like, every issue was just great. I mean, even 10 issues in, I feel like everything's great. It's not one of those where like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? It doesn't matter. It's like a cop procedural and it's done well, and I love it. Darth Vader number 10. This is a very Afra-centric issue, and it's interesting. I mean, sure, the dialogue is on and off, which reminds me of a recent trailer that the Force Awakens had. Finn said hell no, which is really jarringly weird, because in the Star Wars universe, they don't say hell no, but he did. And it's her character as well here, but I think that's the thing that's happening now, but what have you. Interesting issue. I mean, we have learned more about sort of episode 1 timeline of those people back then, and it's just like, whoa, interesting history lesson, somewhat, and it's just like Darth Vader and his sort of like that council dude guy seems really intense, and is Vader gonna keep him in check sort of thing, and he suspects nothing. Anyway, enjoyed it more than I thought. Afra is getting better, I guess. Can't wait for the next issue. Southern Bastards number 11. We go on a side arc and we learn about this new dude by the name of, I don't know, but he's a hunter and he doesn't like mess around. And it was great, sort of a side story. And clearly he's not really that side, because he comes back and does some pretty intense things. And Boone, that's his name. So it was fun to see a new character introduced, and he's going to be a major player in this story, and I can't wait for the next one. It's been consistently great, and yeah, love Southern Bastards. Can't wait for the next issue. John Flood number 3. More things happen. We figure out someone is after them from last issue, and now he's trying to like get him to come out and really like confront him, and it's an interesting sort of way of confrontation, and it's pretty intense with the whole sidekick thing, and then like learning about his past, about where he came from. It's just like, man, it's pretty intense. The artwork is great here. Love Joho's art, and the ending is gonna be intense. Can't wait for the next issue, how that's gonna pan out. And it's like really weird, like paneling in a sense where empty rooms are not empty, or they are, or what have you. And it's like, yeah, that ending. Can't wait for the next issue. Up next, Dave 2, issue 2. So instead of training his son and all that, it's more of a chill out sort of thing, and his son sort of realizes sexuality a bit more, and there's a lot of flirting going around, and it's interesting stuff. Sort of a relatively normal-ish issue. He gets a makeover, and it's weird, and it's awkward, and that ending, it's like, whoa, that's gonna be interesting for sure, and I can't wait for issue 3, because it's gonna be like, whoa, what's gonna happen there? It's going to be intense. We stand on guard number 4. More history about the main character, and then some crazy action happening. We see the teamwork and the French and all that stuff. And it's just like, it's bigger than they think. It's like this politician stuff. It's just like crazy. And cliche sort of sacrifice thing happening around. But it's just like crazy action. And that ending is going to be like, oh man, what's going to happen now? So yeah, can't wait for the next issue. So 8 House number 4, Yorris part 1. So I guess from Under Mountain from last week isn't actually from 8 House. So yeah, I'm I don't know. I enjoy that world. I guess I'll see where it goes. But 8 House Yorris, this was pretty great. I mean, it felt like Ghostbuster stuff, and it's just like alternate visions, and it's just like these light versus dark, really great sides, and the art is fun. The world is great. And yeah, this was a solid issue. I cannot wait for part 2, whenever that is, because I think number 5 of 8 House is back to that Kimmel thing, or I don't know, I don't remember, but Yorris part 1 was great. So cluster number 8, again, this is the last issue of another Bryson book. Sad stuff. Wish it went longer, because it was pretty good in terms of just the scope and everything. So now we end up in jail, a lot of sacrifice happening around, people change their ways, really wanting to like have hope for the future, and our main character is stubborn as hell, and it really was annoying. And yeah, it read really well in terms of just like, man, like, do you not realize what's happening? You save one man, everyone else dies sort of thing. It was frustrating, did a good job in terms of writing that. And yeah, I mean, the ending was just, people are going to go. Enjoyed it. Again, Bryson's books are great. Check them out. Totally deserves more readership because it was just fun in terms of like this whole sci-fi sort of ragtag resistance, and then now they're trying to save the world. I mean, it's done before in a sense, but I enjoyed this narrative for what it was. The artwork was fun, monster design was fun, and yeah, I sort of wished it went longer so I would know more of the worlds, more of the stuff, just more. Old Man Logan number 5, this is the last issue for the Secret Wars thing, and he's coming back in February. Actually, let me double check that. Check. He's back in January of next year in Old Man Logan number 1. I enjoyed it. I mean, the whole timeline thing, Emma brought him back, and now he's in split timelines. He's just this reluctant dude, and then it's like maybe he's the only one that can fight Doom. I haven't really been reading Secret Wars, so I have no idea what that's about. But I enjoyed it. The artwork is fun, and it's the same team coming back, if I'm not wrong. And no, Jeff Lemire is writing this, so it'll be interesting because he's doing Old Man Hawkeye and Old Man Logan at the same time. But artist and colorist is the same, so great stuff. I enjoyed it. It's a lot more rough in the sense of comparing it to the actual Old Man Logan back with Mark Millar, but I enjoy it for what it was. And yeah, it's like the art really carried over in terms of just like the narrative in the sense where you're so reluctant to do anything. It's just old, so I enjoyed it. Paper Girls number 1, BKV is back again with a new book, and it was an interesting read for sure. I mean, we have the really crazy start of like Hell in Heaven, that was crazy stuff, and then more down to earth, which is like being bullied and all that, and then we have a girl group and all that stuff. This reads a lot better in terms of the whole like gang compared to say, I don't know what I'm saying, but there was a book that I just read recently about gangs and women and all that stuff. But Teens here was done well, and the whole concept of just like, I don't know, the camaraderie really was great, and then these feels like actual teens. They don't read awkwardly or whatever and I can't wait for the next issue because it's just like, holy crap, it's what's going to happen, because clearly these things are just not normal, and I wonder where the overall narrative is going. I mean, you don't really know, except that probably aliens are involved. I don't know, but it was an interesting read, and yeah, BKV, can't go wrong, so far anyways. Star Wars number 10, another great issue in terms of just like putting gaps in how Luke sort of like knew how to use the lightsaber better, and it's like he's getting trained. Sure, it feels jarringly weird if you think about it in the context of the films, but I mean, I'm taking it for what it is, and I enjoy it. And also, we have Han Solo's supposed wife, and I wonder if that's going to carry over into the actual episode 7, because that'll be interesting as well. Artwork is great, Immonen can't fail, and yeah, I mean, the pacing is fine, action is there, and no really awkwardness this time around, so, I mean, I really enjoyed the narrative. I mean, it's things like this when it's like, look, like, yeah, they're separated, so things could have happened, or couldn't, what have you, whatever. Though it did scare me that there was a Gargan? I don't know, Jar Jar Binks race guy showing up. I was like, oh no, please, Jar Jar Binks, you did not survive any of this. So glad. But anyway, can't wait for the next issue. It's been solid. Next up, we have Space Riders, I can't pronounce. But amazing stuff as always. The color is just great. The concept is great. The monster designs are awesome. Everything is just like really great. I mean, that last ending is going to be like, oh man, what's going to happen now? I mean, I really enjoy it. It's like campy in a sense where it's sort of old school as well. The colors are fun, and it's just really different from what else I'm reading. And it's space, action are cool, characters are interesting, and yeah, I enjoy it. And I think there's only 4 issues, so 2 more to go. But yeah, enjoyed it. Check it out if you have not. And there you go, that is it for this week's Comics Time. As always, if you have a comment, leave it down below. I hope you enjoyed what you bought, because it's your money. And yeah, that is it for this week's Comics Time. Out!